Welcome to Connections, Sam's mission testimonies, and a very special welcome to Beth Simpson, who's going to be talking to us today about mission in her life. So, Beth, do you want to tell us a wee bit about who you are and about your faith in God?
So I am Beth Simpson. So I am a youth worker. So I am currently working as the youth ministry coordinator at Shankill Parish in Lurgan. So suppose I have grown up always in a Christian family. So I would say that I just kind of became a Christian when I was younger, well, a follower of Jesus when I was younger. No real definite age, but then whenever I started to get older, I just started to think to myself that obviously God had more of like a say in my life than what I actually thought. And it wasn't until I actually got older that then I was like, do you know what, I do want to really commit and really get into this. So that is why I actually then went and studied youth work and theology. So I have always loved young people, love working with young people. But for me, it wasn't just about me and the young people, it was always me, Jesus, and young people, and it was the three of us kind of. So I always wanted to be able to just chat to young people about God and do that as an actual job, which I then am doing. So yeah. I mean, I would say that my faith journey has been easy, but it has not. I'm sure we've all had challenges, and God never said it was going to be easy, so we just have to commit and trust and hope for the best. I'm coming 24, so I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out, and God is still speaking to me every day. And we'll see what happens and where my faith journey actually takes me in the end up. So, yeah,
that's great to hear, Beth, and I like that phrase, me, Jesus, and the young people. So would you like to tell us a wee bit about what mission means for you?
So for me, I feel like, so I love this phrase, and actually it's really, really stuck with me. And actually recently it stuck with me a wee bit, and it's mission is without borders. And I feel like I love that phrase. And for me, that is what mission is, because I actually feel like at the end of the day, mission actually is with borders. every part of mission is with borders. If there's mission in our towns, so for me, I don't feel like mission has to be far afield in different countries. It can be on your front doorstep, and there's so many borders with the likes of that. And then obviously when you do take it far afield and you do go to different countries, there's so many borders of a language barrier or actual physical borders in place to get into certain countries. And I feel like, obviously reflecting back on my faith journey and where God then plays a part, it's that mission is without borders if you have God there. So it's like as soon as you bring Jesus with you, all those borders drop. And if that is, for example, a language border, you work around it. So I feel like for me, mission definitely is also just helping people who maybe can't help themselves. I think that's a massive one, or maybe just don't have the materials, or well, we can say the money to help themselves, which is a massive one. I'm sure they would if they could. And that's where it's so important to have people who actually go out in mission teams or just mission workers in certain towns and communities and areas to go out and just be able to actually go into the community and really give their hearts. And I feel like that's a massive part of it. It's having a heart for mission. So yeah.
Thank you. You mentioned about having a heart for mission. You mentioned about mission trips. It was lovely when I was in Paraguay to have yourself and the team from Annick Moore with us. So would you be able to tell us a wee bit more about how mission has played out in your life, that mission trip, or examples as well?
Yeah, of course. So I feel like for me, so growing up, whenever I hit maybe 16 17, I done kind of like a mission project in Portadown, so that's where I'm from, and it was called Expression, and we would just go out in the streets and out in the towns and do mission work, and we would go out and we would help people who couldn't help themselves, and just simply by doing gardens and by bringing people lunches and meeting with people and just chatting with them. And I think a big part of that then is people being like, why are you doing this? And then that's your opportunity to chat about God. So then so I've always done that right up until like 2021. And then whenever I was, I think, 21, I obviously got asked to go out as part of a team in Moore, so my home church, to go to Paraguay. So straight away I was like, yes, I will be there. As time got closer, I started to regret it. But no, I didn't. I was very nervous going out, very nervous. But for me, it was just going out there and seeing the people and seeing the way they lived, and actually how thankful they were for everything, how thankful they were for small things, how thankful they then were for us. And like I said, kind of speaking from like mission with borders or mission without borders, language was obviously a big thing, especially for me, because I only speak English. I know it's so bad, but I only speak English. So going out and being able to communicate with them guys was so difficult. But we done it, and I would 100% believe that we done it through God. And whether that was hand actions, a lot of the times we actually communicated through music, which was really good, and it was really nice. So I think mission means a lot to me. I think a lot of people, and I know a lot of Christians, have went out and have done mission teams, and it's kind of is the thing to do. If you love Jesus, you're like, oh sure, I'll go out to a different country and I'll help people. But I think it's so important that when you come back and you reflect, that you think to yourself, you know what, mission is actually about those people and that country. It's not about me. So when I came back, it wasn't, what did I get from it? Because I didn't think, I had a great time and I loved it, and I loved the people and the country and just everything around it. But it was more about those people, that country, the mission that we could actually do out there. It wasn't necessarily about us. And that's where then I think that obviously it's having mission in your heart. I think a lot of followers of Jesus can say that they would love to do mission teams, or they've been on 16 different mission teams. But I think it takes a different type of person to actually have mission on their heart. I would like to say I am one of those people, because I am just so about going out and being able to really help people and like build communities, and especially in Paraguay, obviously because I've been there and I've witnessed it firsthand, and the people are just amazing. So that's kind of what mission is to me in a long-winded way.
Yeah, you can see that mission is on your heart, and it's lovely to hear you talk both about mission at home and mission overseas and being part of that. So what advice would you give to someone who wanted to be more involved in God's worldwide mission, which includes at home and overseas?
I would say do it. Yeah, I think so. I actually was always a really nervous and anxious person growing up. If you ask any family, friends, my minister, if you ask anybody, they would say that I cried anytime I had to leave my front door. And I actually think that going out and just realizing how we have it so lucky, and we don't even know about it. If you have a roof over your head, you're a very lucky person. Which we take for granted every single day. I take for granted still every day. So I 100% think it will completely change your life, and that is so cliche to say, but it's so true. Especially whenever I went out to Paraguay, I was petrified. I was so afraid. I have never been away from home for that length of time. There was, so when we were coming up to it and we were getting our final like injections and jabs, I was like, I really want to do this. Like I was really starting to question it, and I have never been more thankful to just be like, you know what, I'm doing it for Jesus. There we go. Just kind of giving it and being like, use me, take me, do whatever I can, help me do whatever I can out there. And it 100% paid off. So I think if you're going to do mission, do it, but also be aware that you do need to give it to Jesus as well, and that you really need to pray into it. So yeah.
Thank you, Beth. That's been really just really lovely to listen to you. You've given us a lot to think about. So thank you, and God bless you, Beth.
Thank you.